For 26 years, Norway has been the ghost of European football. Watching every World Cup from the outside looking in, Euro 2000. That was the last time Norway appeared at a major tournament. France, 1998, the last World Cup. They beat Brazil, then vanished. But in 2025, the Ghost awakened. 8 matches, 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. A 100% perfect record in World Cup qualifying. But here's the twist that will shatter everything you think you know about this resurrection. June 2025, Ullevål Stadion, Oslo, Norway vs Italy. The score? Norway 3, Italy 0. Europe stopped. The world noticed. But that wasn't the moment that sealed their destiny. November 17th, 2025, San Siro, Milan. Italy, 4-time World Cup champions, playing at home. They needed a win to survive. Norway? They needed just a draw to qualify. Final score, Italy 1, Norway 4. Norway didn't just qualify, they destroyed a giant on its own pitch. Before I reveal the exact tactical blueprint that turned Erling Haaland into a 16-goal machine in just 8 matches, and why Martin Odegaard's pressing trigger became the nightmare of every opponent, you need to subscribe to Cyberboot. Because what you're about to witness isn't just qualification, it's the perfect execution of a golden generation's destiny. This is Norway, 2026, and the 26-year wait is over. Welcome back to Cyberboot, where we don't just cover football, we decode the tactical masterpieces that define it, the resurrections, the perfect campaigns, the golden generations that refuse to be wasted. Today we're dissecting the most perfect World Cup qualifying campaign of the 2026 cycle, Norway. 8 matches, 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Let that sink in. A 100% win rate in World Cup qualifying against Italy, one of Europe's traditional powerhouses. This isn't just qualification. This is domination. But it's more than that. Because for 26 years, since Euro 2000, Norway has been invisible at major tournaments. For 28 years, since France, 1998, they haven't played in a World Cup. An entire generation of Norwegian fans has grown up never seeing their nation on football's biggest stage. Until now. This video is about 5 things. The Drought, how Norway became Europe's forgotten ghost. The perfect run, 8 matches, 8 wins, the complete breakdown. The Haaland Isolation, the tactical blueprint that unleashed 16 goals. The Odegaard Trigger, how Norway's pressing destroyed Italy. The Golden Generation, why this $600 million squad is Norway's best ever. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this wasn't luck. It wasn't hope. It was tactical perfection executed by 2 world-class superstars and a manager who cracked the code. But first, let me ask you, before this campaign, did you think Norway would qualify for the 2026 World Cup with a perfect record? Drop yes or no in the comments. Because what they achieved, nobody predicted. Let's start with the Drought, the 26-year absence that haunted Norwegian football. Euro 2000. That was the last time Norway appeared at a major tournament. France, 1998, the last World Cup. And what a World Cup it was. Round of 16, Norway faced Brazil, the defending champions. And Norway, they won. They beat Brazil, shocked the world, proved they belonged. But after 1998, silence. 2002, World Cup, didn't qualify. Euro 2004, didn't qualify. 2006, World Cup, didn't qualify. Euro 2008, didn't qualify. On and on and on. 26 years since their last major tournament. 28 years since their last World Cup. Norway had talent. They had players in Europe's top leagues. But they couldn't translate that talent into results. Why? Because they were stuck in outdated tactics, rigid systems, no identity. They had the pieces, but not the blueprint. Then came Stale Solbakken. December 2020, Norway appointed him as manager, and he had one mission, drag Norway into the modern era. Throw out the rigid 4-4-2, build a fluid 4-3-3, maximize the 2 world-class assets, Erling Haaland, the world's deadliest striker Martin Odegaard, Arsenal's creative captain. By 2025, Solbakken had transformed Norway from defensive dinosaurs into a pressing machine. And when the 2026 World Cup qualifiers began, Norway was ready. The campaign begins. Norway vs Italy at home. Ullevål Stadion, Oslo. Final score, Norway 3, Italy 0. Europe stopped. Italy, 4-time World Cup champions, had just been dismantled by Norway. But this wasn't just a win. It was a statement that said, the ghost is back, and it's hungry. 8 matches, 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, a 100% win rate. Let me show you how they did it. Norway was drawn into Group 1 alongside Italy, European giants, 4-time World Cup champions. Moldova, Israel, Estonia, Italy was the favorite. Norway was the outsider. But for match 1, Norway rewrote the script. Ullevål Stadion, Oslo. This was supposed to be a tight match. Italy was expected to control possession, wear Norway down, steal a result. Instead, Norway pressed high. They forced mistakes. They attacked with speed. Final score, 3-0. Italy left Oslo humiliated. This result sent a message to the entire group. Norway isn't here to survive. They're here to dominate. After beating Italy, Norway faced Moldova, a weaker opponent. The expectation? A comfortable 3-0, maybe 4-0 win. What happened? Norway 11, Moldova 1, 11 goals. This became the joint biggest win in World Cup 2026 qualifying history, not just Norway's biggest win, the biggest win across all confederations in the 2026 cycle. This wasn't just about goal difference, it was about confidence. Norway wasn't just beating teams, they were destroying them. Haaland was scoring for fun. Odegaard was creating chances at will. The machine was unstoppable. Norway versus Italy venue. San Siro, Milan, Norway had dominated the group. They sat at the top with 7 wins from 7 matches. Italy? They were desperate. They needed to win at home to keep their qualification hopes alive. Norway? They needed just a draw to seal their spot. The expectation? Italy would throw everything at Norway. The San Siro crowd would roar, the pressure would be immense. Norway would sit deep, defend, play for the draw. Final score, Italy 1, Norway 4. Norway didn't just qualify, they demolished Italy on Italian soil, in the San Siro, in Milan, Italy's fortress. This wasn't a fluke, this wasn't luck. This was a golden generation announcing their arrival on the world stage. The final record, 8 matches, 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Goals scored, over 30. Exact total dominates opponents. Goals. Conceded, only 5 goals in 8 matches. Only a handful of teams in World Cup qualifying history have ever achieved a 100% win rate in their group. Norway joined that elite list. Erling Haaland, 16 goals in 8 matches. Martin Odegaard, 9 assists. This wasn't just qualification, this was perfection. Here's my question for you. Who was more important to Norway's perfect campaign? Haaland's 16 goals or Odegaard's 9 assists? Drop Haaland or Odegaard in the comments, because this debate defines how Norway played. So how did Erling Haaland score 16 goals in just 8 matches? Because Stale Solbakken built a system designed to isolate him against defenders. Let me explain. At Man City, Haaland is deadly, but he's also crowded. Teams pack the box, they double team him, they suffocate space. Pep Guardiola's system creates chances everywhere, but sometimes Haaland is just one option among many. Solbakken's system is simpler, more direct. Formation: 4-3-3 hybrid. The strategy: vertical direct balls to Haaland. Step 1. The wingers, Antonio Nusa and Oscar Bob, stay incredibly wide. They hug the touchline. They stretch the opponent's backline horizontally. Step 2. This forces the opposition's fullbacks to step out wide to cover the wingers. Step 3. This creates space in the center, gaps between the center backs. Step 4. When Norway wins possession, they play an immediate vertical ball to Haaland. Haaland is 1v1 against a single center back. No double teams, no crowded box, just Haaland versus one defender. And when that happens, Haaland wins, 16 goals in 8 matches. Most of them came from transition moments, when Norway won the ball and immediately hit Haaland in space. Against Italy, San Siro, November 17th, Haaland scored multiple times using this exact blueprint. Wingers stretched the defense, vertical ball played, Haaland isolated, goal. Solbakken didn't try to copy Man City. He built a system specifically for Norway's strengths, and it worked perfectly. But it wasn't just attack. Norway's defense was equally brilliant. And the key? Martin Odegaard. Most teams press all the time. High intensity, constant pressure. Norway? They're smarter. Norway uses a mid-block press. They don't press ultra high like Liverpool. They don't sit deep like the old 4-4-2. They press in the middle third. The press is activated when the ball goes to the opponent's weakest ball-playing defender. How it works. Ødegaard, Norway's captain, reads the game. He identifies which defender is uncomfortable on the ball. When the ball reaches that defender, Ødegaard sprints. The midfield trio, Sonderberg, Ødegaard, and Morten Thorsby, collapses on the ball side. They suffocate the space, force a mistake, win the ball high. Against Italy, San Siro, November 17th, 2 goals came from winning the ball high up the pitch. Italy tried to play out from the back. Ødegaard triggered the press, Norway won possession, goal. Norway conceded only 5 goals in 8 matches. That's an average of 0.6 goals per game. This wasn't just about Haaland scoring. It was about Norway controlling matches. They defended smartly. They pressed intelligently. They minimized risk. The biggest change from previous years? The defense. In previous campaigns, Norway's defense was shaky. They conceded cheap goals, made mistakes, lost matches they should have won. Solbakken prioritized low-risk passing at the back. Defenders, Kristoffer Ajer and Leo Ødegaard, rarely dribble. Instead, they bypass the midfield and hit the wingers early. Why this works. Step 1. When defenders try to dribble out, they risk losing the ball in dangerous areas. One mistake means opponent counterattack and then goal. Step 2. By hitting the wingers early, Norway avoids dangerous turnovers in their own half. Step 3. The wingers, Nusa, Bob, are fast. They can hold the ball, draw fouls, relieve pressure. Norway's defense became solid, reliable, tough. 5 goals conceded in 8 matches. Against weaker teams like Moldova, Norway controlled possession and defended deep when needed. Against stronger teams, Italy, Norway pressed mid-block and forced mistakes. Defense isn't about heroics, it's about minimizing risk, and Norway executed that perfectly. So what makes this squad so special? This Norway squad, Haaland, Odegaard, Bob, Nusa, Ryerson, is valued at over $600 million combined. That's the most valuable squad in Norwegian history. Erling Haaland, Manchester City, the world's deadliest striker, 16 goals in 8 matches. Martin Odegaard, Arsenal, Arsenal's captain. 9 assists, the engine of Norway's system. Antonio Nusa, RB Leipzig, the electric winger who stretches defenses. Oscar Bob, Manchester City, the technical winger who creates in tight spaces. Norway's best World Cup run was 1998, when they reached the round of 16 and beat Brazil. But this squad? It's better. More depth, more quality, more experience. 26 years since their last major tournament, Euro 2000. 28 years since their last World Cup, France 1998. An entire generation has grown up without seeing Norway on the world stage. But in 2026, the wait ends. This isn't just about qualifying. It's about what Norway can do at the World Cup, with Haaland scoring, Ødegaard creating, and Solbakken's tactical blueprint executing perfectly. Norway isn't just participating, they're competing. Final question. How far can Norway go at the 2026 World Cup? Drop your prediction in the comments. Group stage, round of 16, quarterfinals, or semifinals. I want to know what this community thinks. For 26 years, Norway has been the ghost of European football. Euro 2000, France 1998. Those were the last times Norwegian fans saw their team on the world stage. But in 2025, the ghost awakened. 8 matches, 8 wins. 0 draws, 0 losses. 100% perfect record. March 2025, Norway 4, Israel 2. June 2025, Norway 3, Italy 0. September 2025, Norway 11, Moldova 1. The joint biggest win in qualifying history. November 17th, 2025, Italy 1, Norway 4. The San Siro, dismantling. Haaland Isolation, Odegaard Trigger. Defensive solidity. Haaland, 16 goals. Ødegaard, 9 assists. Only 5 goals. Conceded. 600 million squad value, the best in Norwegian history. Before you go, I need 5 things from you. Subscribe to Cyberboot right now. We decode football's greatest campaigns, the perfect runs, the tactical masterpieces, the golden generations. If you want real analysis, this is your home. Hit that like button if you think Norway will surprise at the 2026 World Cup. Get into the comments and answer the 3 questions. Did you predict Norway's perfect record? Yes or no? Who was more important, Haaland or Ødegaard? How far will Norway go at the World Cup? Group stage, round of 16, quarterfinals, or semifinals. Share this video with one Norway fan who's been waiting 26 years for this moment. Comment one word that describes Norway's qualification. Just one word. In 1998, France. Norway beat Brazil, then vanished. And then perfect record. 8 wins, 0 losses. USA, Mexico, Canada. The ghost returns. This has been Cyberboot, where we don't just watch football, we decode perfection. Subscribe now. Because Norway's 26-year wait is over.